Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this broadcast. If you're not watching live and you're watching on the recap, hello as well. Quick introduction. My name is Timmy Komanibo. I am the pivot strategist, and I like to put out content that is about how to successfully navigate the pivots and transitions going on in your life. And so that's a lot of what my content is here on LinkedIn and other spaces on the interweb. So this morning, our session is called what is our session called today? Oh, halftime, revisiting your goals and really trying to figure out, are you on track for your goals? And a little bit of background before we get started on why my approach to goals might be a little bit different. I think it's really important to start out your goals kind of backwards, right? A lot of times when the new year starts, people are so excited and they have so many lofty goals for themselves that sometimes they, number one, have too many goals. And secondly, the goals aren't necessarily really aligned with their core vision for their life. So I really thought this was something that we could fix by going all the way to the start. So I'm actually starting this video in a little bit of a different order than I would work with my clients, and a little bit different from how my strategies work for the Pivot Strategist coaching company. But I am going to do it this way and then kind of move backwards in the future videos that I do. So last year, I created a series of books, first being the Pivot Journal, put it right here, and the second being the Pivot Planner. But they're all part of my pivot system. And part of the work that I do is trying to figure out, if you're going to have a transition in your life, how do we set you up for success, right? And so whenever we do that, we look at your vision for your life, and then from there, we start to think about, what do you need in order to accomplish this vision for your life? And a lot of times your goals bleed out of that big vision that you have. So our video today, and our live today, is not going to be super long. What it is going to be is a check-in to see if you're actually where you want to be with your goals. I'm doing this right before it turns into July, because July is actually the halfway point. There's a day in July that's the exact halfway point through the year. And so I want to make sure we get there and we're able to really figure out what's going on and if we are where we need to be. So I have a few slides here that I'm going to share. Let me switch over to them right now, and then I'll move out of the way in just a little bit. So there's a really great quote here that I love. And the quote says, "Don't become too preoccupied with what's happening around you. Pay more attention to what's going on within you." Pay more attention to what's going on within you. The reason that's important is that sometimes we're making these goals based on other people's lives that they have said are the markers of success. So whenever we start to make goals and we're revisiting them to think about, at this halfway point, am I in the place where I want to be? Or am I just doing what I think everyone wants me to do? And so you have to start looking within. How am I growing as a person? How am I evolving? Is what I wanted yesterday or a year ago, different from what I want right now? And if you find that it's actually quite different, it's worth going back and revisiting your goals, and sometimes even tweaking them, and sometimes even abandoning a few goals that maybe you shouldn't have had in the first place, right? So that's what we're talking about today, trying to figure out how we start paying attention to what's going on within you. And in today's live, I'm just going to go through a few of the questions that you could be asking yourself as you're reviewing. How I use this in my coaching practice is that I set goals and have my clients set goals by quarters. And so you look at quarter one of your life, your goals might be completely different from quarter four. And so right now we are still in quarter two. I want you to start revisiting what happened in quarter one and in quarter two to think about, am I moving towards my goals, or am I totally off the mark? And do I have to make some quick shifts and pivots in order to get there successfully? Or do I need to do something completely different? So here are a few of the things I want you to start doing. So first of all, we are reviewing our progress. I want you to review your past and your present action. The reason this is helpful is that you start to get a sense for who you are as a person. What have you been doing in the past? What are some of your patterns? Have they been helpful, or have they been derailing you from the success that you say that you want? Right? So once you figure that out, you start to look at the patterns and think about, what do I have to do presently in order to get the actions and the goals that I want to achieve, right? So you start having to tweak your present by viewing what you've done in the past and what those resulted in your life. Okay, so there are a series of questions that I want you to ask. First, I want us to start with gratitude. So much has happened in this year alone, and I want to take space for that. Some really, really great things have happened. Oftentimes, if we don't stop and write that down, we forget. And so here's the first question. What are you grateful for? I want you to complete the sentence. I am grateful for blank. I am grateful for blank. So now think in line of your goals, right? Whatever your goal was. So I'm going to use a running goal that I use for the rest of this program. And I want you to keep that goal as an example. And I want you to think of your own. So for myself, right? What am I grateful for? I will start with one of my goals was to expand my coaching business and just to be more present, to have more clients, to add more value to people. So I'll use that as my overarching goal for our example this morning. I am grateful for, I would say I'm grateful for the LinkedIn community. I've been able to create a lot of content out here and I've got a good response and I've met a lot of really great people online. So that's what I'm grateful for. I want you to pause and do the same. I am grateful for blank. Okay. And then I want you to ask yourself the next thing, right? So for me, another example is I am grateful for a slower pace to reevaluate my goals. Somewhere along the end of quarter two, I start to actually dial down for the summer. The summer, I get a little more slow and reflective because vacation is coming up soon. And so I always take the summer to get a little slower in my pace, right? Here's the next question. What are you proud of? What are you proud of that you have accomplished? So fill in the blank here. I am proud that I blank. I am proud that I blank. Okay. So here's mine. I'm proud that I started a coaching business. It was not easy being a human resources professional and starting out on my own, but I'm pretty proud that I started this coaching business with my mom. Really fun thing that we did last year, and it was worthwhile. So, what did you write? Feel free to write in the comments as well. Oh, hi, Mohammed. I just see someone here in the comments. Welcome. Okay, here's the next one. Everything you do is teaching you something about what you should do in the future. So your present is teaching you about the future. It's teaching you either things that you should tweak, things that you should get rid of, things that you should do more of. And so I want you to start thinking about the lessons that you learned. So fill in the blank here. My biggest lesson was blank. My biggest lesson was blank. Okay. So for me, my biggest lesson was learning how to say no and thinking before my yeses. So my new thing is now I'm going to under promise but over deliver. I used to have almost the opposite, but as a business owner, it's just not something that's feasible to constantly be stretching yourself beyond what you can actually do. So that was the biggest lesson for me. I learned it the hard way, but it is something I'm putting into practice now. So what did you write? What was your biggest lesson? It could be something really great, and it could be something that you're like, whew, I'm never doing that again. Both are valid things that teach us about ourselves. All right, here's the next one. Some great things have happened, remember? I want you to be looking towards the future. This is a very futuristic question. What are you excited about? What are you looking forward to in the rest of the year or even further out, right? So answer this statement. I am excited for blank. I am excited for blank. Okay. So once again, you're looking at your past and then you're looking at your past and your present to inform your future, how you move forward. Here's my answer. I am excited for launching my new book and courses this year. Like I mentioned, I'm an author, so I have my pivot journal, and my pivot journal is available in English and it's also available in Spanish, which is so exciting. And I have a new planner which is called the Pivot Planner. And I'm super excited to launch those and even more courses this year. So lots going on in the coaching business, but I'm really just grateful and excited. I'm looking forward to that in the future, right? So those are the questions that I really want for you to be asking yourself when we're talking about halftime. We're almost at that halfway point. And so I want you to be sure that when you get to this halfway point, you're looking at all those things, looking at your gratitude, looking at your biggest lessons, looking at what you're looking forward to, all of those things to let you know, are you on track? Not on anybody else's track, but on your track. Are you where you want to be? And hey, I have to tell you, do not be afraid to let go of a goal that doesn't fit anymore, to tweak it, to make it something else, because now maybe you have different priorities, right? Especially in this world that we're in, your work situation might have changed, your family situation might have changed, which might make your goals totally different. So we're almost at that quarter 3 mark. And I want you to start thinking about your quarter 3 goals. Look at them. What did you decide you wanted to do? And do those goals still fit? Or do you want to make new ones entirely? So that's our time today. It's a pretty brief session, but I just wanted to introduce you to the pivot systems and some of the ways that we think about goals here. I did a session a while back about goal setting. So I encourage you to check out on my page. I put a few of them at the top there so you can always see it. It's evergreen content. It could be used in any season or any quarter of your life. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Timmy Komonibo. I'm part of the Pivot Strategist team, and it is my honor to coach you and guide you through your life's greatest pivots. Bye, everyone. Take care. Please watch the replay and share it with your friends who are interested, and check out my page.
Thanks for stopping by my channel. Since you're already here, you might as well watch some more videos. I have videos on minimalism, faith, finances, sustainability, all sorts of things. So check out any of these videos around here. Take care. Happy watching.